So kindly bear in dawn and Yes, everything seems to smile upon me. I am to be married today to the man I love best, and I believe I am the very happiest girl in Japan.
The happiest girl indeed. She is indeed to be envied, who has attained happiness in all but perfection.
In all but perfection?
Well, dear, it can't be denied that the fact that your husband is to be beheaded in a month is, in its way, a drawback. It does seem to take the top of it, you know.
Ha! Katisha slam! Woo!
I don't know about that. It all depends.
At all events, he will find it a drawback.
Not necessarily. Bless you, it all depends.
I think that it is very indelicate of you to refer to such a subject on such a day. If my married happiness is to be
Cut short.
Oh! Got her!
well, cut short in a month. Can't you let me forget it?
Yum yum and tears are on her wedding morn.
They've been reminding me that in a month you are to be beheaded.
Yes, we've been reminding her that you're to be beheaded.
It's quite true, you know. You are to be beheaded.
Now some bridegroom would be depressed by this sort of thing. A month? Well, what's a month? All these divisions of time are purely arbitrary. Who says 24 hours make a day?
There's a popular impression to that effect.
Then we'll efface it. Let's call each second a minute, each minute an hour, each hour a day, and each day a year. And at that rate, we've about 30 years of married happiness before us.
And at that rate,
Ta-da!
thank you, Pistus, for bringing out my handy-dandy outfit. In its way, this interview has already lasted 4 hours and 3/4.
Yes. How time flies when one is thoroughly enjoying oneself.
That's the way to look at it. Let's not be downhearted. There's a silver lining to every cloud.
Yes, let's be perfectly happy.
Yes, let's thoroughly enjoy ourselves.
It's absurd to cry.
Quite ridiculous. Brightly dawns our wedding day.
Joyous are we, give thee greeting. Whither art thou fleeting? Fickle moment, pray thee stay. Fickle moment, pray thee stay. What though mortal joys be hollow?
Pleasures come if sorrows follow.
Though the toxic sound their longing ding dong, ding dong, yet until the shadows fall, sooner later overhaul.
Sing a merry madrigal.
Sing a merry madrigal, sing a merry madrigal, fa la 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 la
me.
I'm afraid we're distressing you.
Oh, never mind. I must get used to it. Only do it by degrees. Start by putting your arm around her waist. There. Let me get used to that first.
Oh, go on. Wouldn't you like to retire? It must pain you to see us so affectionate together.
No, I must learn to bear it. Now, oblige me by allowing her head to rest upon your shoulder.
Like
Thank
that?
you. I am much obliged to you. Now, kiss her. Thank you. It's simple torture.
Oh, come, bear up. After all, it's only for a month.
Oh, it's no use in deluding one of false hopes.
What do you
What do
mean?
you mean?
Oh, my poor child. My poor little child. How shall I break it to her? My bride that was to have been.
Was to have been.
Yes, you never can be mine.
Oh, wonderful!
I have just ascertained that by the Mikado's law, that when a man is beheaded, his wife is buried alive.
Buried alive?
Buried alive? It's a most unpleasant death.
But whom did you get that from?
Oh, from Pooh-Bah. He is my solicitor.
But he may be mistaken.
So I thought. So I consulted the Chief Justice, the Master of Rolls, and the Lord Chancellor. They were all of the same opinion. Never knew such unanimity on the point of law in my life.
But stop a bit. This law has never been put in force.
Not yet. You see, flirting is the only crime punishable by decapitation. And we all know that married men never flirt.
Well, of course they don't. I quite forgot that. I guess it's safe to assume my dream of happiness is at its end.
Pookie, I don't mean to appear selfish, and I love you with all my heart. I don't suppose I shall ever love anyone half as much. But when I agreed to marry you, my little cupcake, I had no idea I should have to be buried alive in a month.
Nor I. It's the very first I've heard of it.
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does make a difference, of course, my cotton blossom.
You see, burial alive is such a stuffy death.
I call it a beast of a death.
You see my difficulty, don't you?
Yes, and I see my own. If I insist on you carrying out your promise, I doom you to a hideous death. If I release you, marry Coco at once.
Here's a howdy-do, if I marry you. When your time has come to perish, then the maiden whom you cherish must be slaughtered too. Here's a howdy-do, here's a howdy-do.
Here's a pretty mess, in a month or less. I must die without a wedding, let these bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. Here's a pretty mess, here's a pretty mess.
Here's a state of things, to her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit the notion burial it brings. Here's a state of things, here's a state of things. With a passion that's intense, I worship and adore. With the laws of common sense we ought to ignore. If what he says is true, 'tis dead to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things, here's a pretty howdy-do. Here's a pretty state of things, a pretty state of things.
Here's a howdy-do,
Here's a howdy-do, here's a howdy-do.
for if what he says is true, I
cannot marry you. Here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty howdy-do. My poor boy, I'm really very sorry for you.
Thanks, old fellow. I'm sure you are.
You see, I'm quite helpless.
I quite see that.
I can't conceive of anything more distressing than to have one's marriage broken off at the last moment. But you shan't be disappointed of a wedding. You shall come to mine.
Oh, that's awfully kind of you, but that's impossible.
Why so?
Today, I die.
What do you mean?
I can't live without Yum Yum. This afternoon, I performed the Happy Dispatch.
Oh, no, I can't allow that.
Why not?
Why, if you kill yourself, what's to become of me? Why, I shall have to be executed in your place.
It would certainly seem so.
And now what is it, Lord Mayor?
The Mikado.
Oh, the Mikado.
And his suite are approaching the city and will be here in 10 minutes.
Oh, the Mikado. Oh, yes. He's on his way, no doubt, to ascertain whether I've obeyed his orders. Now, look here, you. This is getting serious. You really mustn't frustrate the ends of justice by committing suicide. You are bound to die by the hands of the public executioner.
Very well, then. Behead me.
What? Now?
Certainly. At once.
Chop it off, Coco, chop it off!
My good sir, don't go about preparing to execute a gentleman at a moment's notice.
Still, as Lord High Executioner.
My good sir, as Lord High Executioner, I've got to kill him within a month. I'm not ready yet. I don't know how it's done. I was going to take lessons. I mean, to start with a guinea pig and then work my way up through the animal kingdom till I come to a rhythm guitarist. Why, you don't think that I would have taken the post of Lord High Executioner if I hadn't thought of the duties purely nominal? I can't kill you. I can't kill anything. I can't kill anybody.
Oh, my poor fellow. We all have unpleasant duties to discharge at times, but after all, what is it? If I don't mind, why should you? Sooner or later, it must be done.
Must it? I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Why should I kill you in writing up an affidavit stating that you have been executed will do just as well? Why, we have plenty of witnesses. The Lord Chief Justice, the Master of Rolls, the Lord High Chancellor. Yes.
But where are they?
Well, they're all right here. And they'll all swear to it, won't you?
Am I to understand that all of us high officers of state are required to perjure ourselves to ensure your safety?
Why not? You will be grossly insulted as usual.
Will the insult be cash down or at a date?
It'll be a ready money transaction.
Well, it will be a useful discipline. Very good. Choose your fiction and I'll endorse it. Family pride, how do you like that, me buck?
But I tell you, life without Yum Yum.
Oh, yum, bother yum. Commissioner, go fetch yum. Take yum. Marry yum. Only go away and never come back again. Oh, here she is. Yum.
I miss you so much.
Are you particularly busy?
Not particularly.
Have you 5 minutes to spare?
Yes.
Then go with his grace the Lord High Archbishop of Titipu. He will marry you at once.
But if I'm to be married alive...
Now don't argue, just do as I say and Titipu will explain all.
But one moment.
Not for words. Mikado is on his way, no doubt, to ascertain whether I've obeyed his decree. And if he finds you here, I will have the greatest difficulty in persuading him that I've killed you. Go on. Close thing that, for here he comes. Oh!
kind of man obedience I expect. I'm the Emperor of Japan.
I'm his daughter-in-law elect. He'll marry his son, he's only got one. 'Tis daughter-in-law elect.
My morals have been declared particularly correct.
But they're nothing at all compared with those of his daughter-in-law elect. Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
In a fatherly kind of way, I govern each tribe and sect, all cheerfully on my sway.
Except his daughter-in-law elect is tough as a bull with a will of her own. Is his daughter-in-law elect.
My nature is love and light, my freedom from all defect.
Is insignificant quite compared with his daughter-in-law elect. Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
A more humane Mikado never did in Japan exist. To nobody's second, I'm certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my very humane endeavor to make, to some extent, each evil liver a running river of harmless merriment. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time, to net the punishment fit, the crime, the punishment fit, the crime, and make each prisoner bend, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. Oh, prosy, dull society sinners who chatter and bleat and bore are sent to hear sermons from mystical Germans who preach from 10 till 4. The amateur tenor whose hopeful villainies all desire to flee will use no vibrato and sing like castrato in the original key. The lady who dyes a chemical yellow or stains the grey hair brown will lacquer on makeup and then she will take up profession as a clown. The idiot who in heavy traffic weaves in and out of lanes now only cries as he woefully rides on jam-packed metro. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time, to net the punishment fit, the crime, the punishment fit, the crime, and make each prisoner bend, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object all sublime, he will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit, the crime, the punishment fit, the crime, and make each prisoner bend, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
The advertising quack who wearies with tales of countless cures, his teeth I've enacted shall all be extracted by terrified amateurs. The musical singer tends a series of masses and fugues and ops, by Bach interwoven mit Sturm und Beethoven, mixed in with barbershop.
Barbershop!
convertible cruisers parade on the street like the Queen. Now cry out their woes as they pay through the nose for overpriced gasoline. Celebrities whose careers came unglued from binging on Hershey bars. Their stuff they must strut, or they will be cut from dancing with the stars. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make his prisoner paint, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment,
His object all sublime, he will achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make his prisoner paint, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
Oh, I am honored in being permitted to welcome Your Majesty.
Oh,
Yes. I suppose the object of Your Majesty's visit is, well, your orders have been obeyed. The execution has taken place.
Oh, you've had an execution, have you?
Yes. The court has just handed me his certificate.
I am the coroner.
And this is the certificate of his death.
It is.
At Titipoo, in the presence of the Lord Chancellor, Lord Chief Justice, Attorney General, Secretary of State for the Home Department, Dean of the College of Fine Arts and Communications, and groom of the second floor front.
They were all there, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
A very good house. I wish I'd been in time for the performance.
A tough fellow he was, too. A man of gigantic strength. His struggles were terrific. It really was a remarkable scene.
Describe it.
The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. With a frantic, frightful, fearful frown, I bared my big right arm. I seized him by his little pigtail, and on his knees fell he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and gobbled, I drew my snake a snee, my snake a snee. Oh, never shall I forget the cry or the shriek that shaken he, as I gnashed my teeth when from its sheath I drew my snake a snee. We know him well, he cannot tell untrue or groundless tales. He always tries to utter lies, and every time he fails.
He shivered and shook as he gave the sign for the stroke he didn't deserve. When all of a sudden his eye met mine, and he seemed to brace his nerve, and he nodded his head and kissed his hand and whistled an air did he, as the saber true cut cleanly through his cervical vertebrae, his vertebrae. When a man's afraid, a beautiful maid is a cheering sight to see. And it's oh, I'm glad that moment sad was soothed by sight of me.
said that head was dead, for its owner dead was he. It stood on its neck with a smile well bred, and bowed 3 times to me. It was none of your impudent offhand nods, but as humble as could be. For it clearly knew the deference due to a man of pedigree. Of pedigree. And its I vow, this deathly bow was a stunning sight to see. Though trunkless yet, it couldn't forget the deference due to me. 'Tis haughty youth, he speaks the truth whenever he finds it pays. And in this case, it all took place exactly as he says. Exactly as he says.
All this is very interesting. I should have liked to have seen it, but we came about a totally different matter. A year ago, my son, the heir to the throne of Japan, bolted from our imperial court.
Indeed. Had any reason to be dissatisfied with his position?
None whatever. On the contrary, I was going to marry him. Yet he fled.
I am surprised he should have fled from one so lovely.
That is not true.
No.
You hold that I am not beautiful because my face is plain. But you know nothing. You are still unenlightened. Learn then that it is not in the face alone that beauty is sought. My face is unattractive.
It is.
But I have legs that are a miracle of loveliness. People come from miles to see them, and my gluteus maximus has a fascination that few can resist.
Allow me.
Oh, it is on view Tuesdays and Fridays on presentation of a visiting card. As for my circulation, it is the largest in the world.
And yet he fled.
And is now masquerading in this town, disguised as a rhythm guitarist.
A rhythm guitarist?
Yes. Would it be troubling you too much if I asked you to produce him? He goes by the name of Nanky-Poo.
Oh, it's quite easy. It is. It's rather difficult. You see, as a point of fact, he's gone abroad.
Oh, gone abroad? His address.
Natural bitch.
What's the matter?
See here! His name! Nanky-Poo! Beheaded this morning. Where shall I find another? Where shall I find another?
Dear. This is very tiresome. My poor fellow, it seems in your anxiety to carry out my wishes, you beheaded the heir to the throne of Japan.
I beg an unqualified apology, Your Majesty.
I desire to be associated with that expression of regret.
We really hadn't the least notion.
Of course you hadn't. How could you? Oh, don't distress yourself so. It was no fault of yours. If a man of exalted rank chooses to disguise himself as a rhythm guitarist, he must take the consequences. Oh, it really does distress me to see you take on so. I've no doubt he thoroughly deserved all he got.
Oh, we are much obliged to you, Your Majesty.
Much obliged, Your Majesty.
Very much obliged, Your Majesty.
Obliged, not a bit. Don't mention it. How could you tell?
No, really, how could we tell who the gentleman really was?
It wasn't like it was written on his forehead, you know.
It may have been written on his pocket handkerchief. But the Japanese don't wear pocket handkerchiefs.
I forget the punishment for compassing the death of the heir apparent.
Punishment?
Yes, something lingering with boiling oil, I fancy. Something of that sort. I don't quite remember what it is, but I think boiling oil occurs in it. But I know it's something humorous, but lingering, with either boiling oil or melted lead. Don't fret, I'm not a bit angry.
If Your Majesty would accept our assurance, we had no idea.
Of course.
I knew nothing about it.
I wasn't there.
That's the pathetic part of it. The fool of an act says compassing the death of the heir apparent. There's not a word about a mistake.
No!
Or not knowing.
No.
Or having no notion.
No.
Or not being there.
No.
There should be, of course.
Yes!
But there isn't.
Oh.
It's a slovenly way in which these acts are always drawn, but don't worry, it will be all right. I'll have the act altered.
Oh.
Next session, now, about your execution. Will after luncheon suit you? Can you wait that long?
Oh, yes. We can wait.
Then we'll have it after luncheon.
I don't want any lunch.
I'm really very sorry for you. Oh, come, Katisha. Let us go and enjoy some Emo's pizza. I'll even get you some Ted Drew.
Well, a nice mess you've gotten us into. With your nodding head and deference due to a man of pedigree.
Merely corroborative detail intended to give artistic verisimilitude to an otherwise bald and unconvincing narrative.
Corroborative detail indeed. Corroborative fiddlesticks.
And you're just as bad as he with your cock and bull stories about his whistling in air and catching his eye. That's so like you. You must put in your oar.
But how about your big right arm?
Yeah, and your snicker snee.
Now, never mind that now. There's only one thing to be done. Nanki-Poo hasn't started up yet. He must come back to life at once. Oh, and here he is now. Nanki-Poo! Come. I've got good news for you. You are reprieved.
Oh, but it is too late. I'm a dead man, and I'm off for my honeymoon.
Oh, no, stop. Come. The most horrible thing has just happened. It seems that you are the son of the Mikado.
Oh, yes, but that had happened some time ago.
Is this a time for airy persiflage? Your father is here, and with Katisha.
My father? And with Katisha?
Yes, and he wants you particularly.
So does she.
Oh, but he's married now.
Oh, but bless my heart, what has that got to do with it?
Katisha claims me in marriage, and I can't marry her because I'm married already. Consequently, she will insist on my execution. But if I'm to be executed, then my wife is to be buried alive.
Oh, you see our difficulty.
Yes, I don't know what's to be done of it.
There's one chance for you. If you could persuade Katisha to marry you, she will have no further claim on me. And in that case, I could come to life without any fear of being put to death.
I marry Katisha?
I really think it's the only choice.
But my good girl, have you seen her? She's something appalling.
Oh, that's only her face. She's got legs which people come miles to see.
I am told her gluteus maximus is much admired by connoisseurs.
My good sir, I decline to pin my heart upon a woman's gluteus maximus.
It comes to this. While Katisha is single, I prefer to be a disembodied spirit. While Katisha is married, well then existence will be as welcome as the flowers in spring. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, breathe promise of merry sunshine. As we merrily dance and we sing, tra-la, we welcome the hope that they bring, tra-la, of a summer of roses and wine, of a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with the case. I've got to take under my wing, tra-la, a most an attractive old thing, tra-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say what I sing. Oh, bother the flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. Oh, bother the flowers in the spring, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
Alone, and yet alive. Oh, sepulchre, my soul is still my body's prisoner. Remote the peace that death alone can give. My doom to wait, my punishment to hearts do not break, they sting and ache, for old love's sake, but do not die. Though with each breath they long for death, as witnesseth the living eye, the living dost thou stay on? Why linger here where all is drear? Oh, living eye, come tell me why, when hope is gone, dost thou stay on? May not a cheated maiden die, may not a cheated maiden die.
Katisha!
Oh, the miscreant to rob me of my love! But vengeance pursues. They are heating the cauldron.
Katisha, behold a suppliant at your feet. Have mercy.
Mercy! Had you mercy on him? See here, you slain my love. He did not love me, but he would have loved me in time. I am an acquired taste. Only the educated palate can appreciate me. And I was educating his palate when he left me. Well, he is dead. And where shall I find another? It takes years to train a man. To love me. If I to go through the weary round again and again and implore mercy for you who robbed me of my prey. Pupil. Just as his education was on the point of completion. Where shall I find another?
I'm in here.
What?
Katisha, for years I have loved you with a white-hot passion that is slowly but surely consuming my very vitals. Oh, shrink not from me. If there aught of woman's mercy in your heart, turn not away from me. True it is that under a poor mask of disgust, I have endeavored to conceal a passion whose inner fires are broiling the very soul within me. But the fire shall not be smothered. It defies all attempts at extinction, and breaking forth all the more eagerly from its long restraint, it declares in words that cannot be measured, that cannot be schooled, that cannot be too severely criticized. Katisha, I dare not hope for your love, but I cannot live without it, darling.
You, whose hands do reek with the blood of my betrothed, dare speak words of passion to the woman you so foully wronged.
I do. Love me, or I shall perish on the spot.
Go to! No one knows as well as I do that no one ever yet died of a broken heart.
You know not what you say. Listen. On a tree by a river, a little tom-tit said, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And I said to him, dicky bird, why do you sit singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cried, or rather tough worm in your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. Well, he slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough, singing willow, tit, willow. And a cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. Then he sobbed and he sighed, and a gurgle he gave. Then he plunged himself in to the billowy waves. And an echo rose from the
pride raise. Now I feel just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't Willow, Titwillow, Titwillow. That was blighted affection that made him exclaim, oh Willow, Titwillow, Titwillow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I shall perish as he did. And you will know why, though I probably shall not exclaim as I die. Oh, Willow, Titwillow, Titwillow.
Did he really die of love?
He really did.
All on account of a cruel little hand?
Yes.
Oh, poor little chap! Oh.
It's an affecting tale, and quite true. I knew the bird intimately.
Did you? He must have been very fond of her.
His devotion was something extraordinary.
Poor little chap! And if I leave you, you will go and do the same.
Oh, at once.
No! No, you mustn't! Oh, I'm a silly little goose!
You are.
And you won't hate me just because I'm a teeny weeny wee bit bloodthirsty. Will you?
Hate you? Oh, Katisha. Is there not beauty even in bloodthirstiness?
My idea exactly. There is beauty in the venom of the blast. There is grandeur in the growling of the gale. There is eloquent outpouring when the lion is a-roaring and the tiger is a-lashing of his tail.
Yes, I'd like to see a tiger in the Congo, the Niger, and especially with lashing of his tail.
Volcanoes have splendid at his game, and earthquakes only terrify the gods. But to him who's scientific, there is nothing more terrific in the falling of a flight of thunderbolts.
Yes, in spite of all my meekness, if I have a little weakness, it's a passion for a flight of thunderbolts. If that is so sincere down there, it's evident very our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily, merry, no tardy, tarry till day is done. There is beauty in extreme old age. Do you fancy that you're elderly enough? Information I'm requesting on a subject interesting. Is a maiden all the better when she's tough?
Throughout the Swine Dominion, it's the general opinion that she'll last a good deal longer when she's tough.
Are you old enough to marry, do you think? Won't you wait until you're 80 in the shade? There's a fascination frantic on a ruin that's romantic. Do you think you are sufficiently decayed?
To the matter that you mentioned, I have given some attention, and I think I am sufficiently decayed.
If that is so sincere, I'm very our taste are one. Away we'll go and merrily, merry, no totally tear today is done. If that is so sincere, I'm very our taste are one. Away we'll go and merrily, merry, no totally tear today. Dancing day down there, we'll merrily, merry, no totally tear today is done. Oh!
ready? Have all of the painful preparations been made?
Your Majesty. All is prepared.
Then bring out the unfortunate gentleman and his two well-meaning but misguided accomplices.
Mercy! Mercy for Coco! Mercy for BTC! Mercy even for Cuba!
I beg your pardon, I don't think I quite caught that last remark.
Mercy even for Poopa!
Mercy! My husband that is to have been is dead, and I have just married this miserable object.
Well, you've not been long about it.
You were married before the registrar.
I am the registrar.
I see, but my trouble is, as you have slain the heir apparent.
The heir apparent is not slain.
Bless my heart, my son.
And your daughter-in-law elected.
Traitor! You have deceived me!
Yes, you are entitled to some explanation, but I think he'll give it better in whole than in pieces.
Yes.
Well, Your Majesty. Oh, yes. You see, it's like this. Though I stated that I had killed Nanki-Poo.
Yes, with the most affecting of particulars.
Merely corroborative detail intended to give artistic verisimilitude to an otherwise...
Will you refrain from putting in your oar? Yes, well, it is true, and, well, Your Majesty, when you say let a thing be done, why, it's as good as done. Practically, it is done, because Your Majesty's will is law. When Your Majesty says let a thing be done, or kill a gentleman, why, a gentleman is told off to be killed. Consequently, that man is dead, practically. So if a man is dead, why not say so?
Ah, I see. Nothing could be more satisfactory.
For he's gone and married Yum Yum.
Yum Yum.
Your anger may vary, for all will be merry. I think you had better succumb.
Come.
And join our expression of tea.
On this subject I pray you be dumb. Your notions, though many, are not worth a penny. The word for your guidance is mum.
Mum.
You've a very good bargain in me.
On this subject we pray you be dumb. We think you had better succumb. Come. You'll find there are many who wait for a penny, There are lots of good fish in the sea. There are lots of good fish in the sea. There's lots of good fish in the sea. There's lots of good fish in the sea, in the sea, in the sea, in the sea, in the sea.
The cloud is passed away.